Record. All right, guys, welcome to this interview with Charlie from the Academy. And just before we start, Charlie is one of my first Academy members. I can't remember how long ago now, a couple of years, but you're in the
Yeah,
first
like 3 years.
yeah. So it's been really cool to see and to hear about how her business has grown since then. And I just wanted to do an interview with her because I'm sure she's got some awesome knowledge and some valuable knowledge to share with everyone who's listening. So yeah, before, like, that's about it, and I'll just let you introduce yourself, Charlie.
Okay. Well, hi. Um, my name's Charlie. I am the owner of Body Soul Spa and Boutique. That's not how it started, um, but that's where I'm at now. And I also own a yoga studio. I own Yoga Den Oakleaf. Um, I've been a massage therapist since 2005, and about halfway through my career, I actually went back to school for nursing. So I did nursing for a while, and then I just got really burnt out and decided to try it on my own.
So okay, so you were working for someone else first, and then you did nursing, and then you came back and started your own clinic.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, awesome. And so, where are you at today? And like, how big's your business? How many people working for you? How many massages per week, etc.?
Right. So right now it's spring break. So it's weird. So the last couple of weeks have been slow because everybody's traveling. But normally Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty slow. Um, Usually about eight or 8 to 10 massages for Mondays and Tuesdays, but a normal like Wednesday through Friday, 12 to 15, and then the same thing on the weekends. What makes it difficult is I can't get enough massage therapists.
Yeah,
I could book more if I could get more. I want to say five massage rooms, and I have a reading room because we're different, and I have a room that has nothing in it because I want to pull esthetician in, and I'm working on that.
yeah. I think that's a good idea. We have estheticians. So okay, so you do about 100 massages a week if you can get that. Yeah, it's good. Okay, cool. So yeah, what got you started in the massage industry, and what kind of drew you to becoming a therapist and then starting your own business?
Oh Lord, you know, you don't always know what you want, right? You just got to pick something and go for it. And at the time, I had young kids, so I tried to choose something. Believe it or not, I tried to be logical about it. I was like, what can I do where I can have a decent job, be a professional, but I'm not spending years in college. I need a quick turnover, making decent pay, and you know, that's I just happened to like it. I just happened to love it, and it ended up being like a really good fit for who I am as a person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it does happen. It's very rewarding business and industry, isn't it? Like helping people feel better.
Yes.
And it's just a bonus that you can make a living out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your motivation for then coming back come back from nursing to then start your business? And then go
So,
and then go from yourself, like working for yourself, to then like that big jump to hiring a team.
right. So I I got into nursing and I just needed more. I wanted to do more with people, and I made the mistake of thinking that going into nursing I'm going to be able to help more people, and that's really not what nursing is. It's politics. And I became the sickest that I've ever been in my life. I weighed 165 pounds, was on FMLA with migraines, and I had to like make a conscious decision of like what's right for me. So I made the decision at that point that I'm gonna leave nursing and I can do this. I thought my husband was, I swear I watched his hair turn gray as I told him I was leaving nursing because we just bought a house.
Yep.
um, but I knew that I had several unique abilities and skills other than massage that I could pull everything together. I couldn't find anyone to rent to me. Like I would go places and no one would rent to me because I have a strong personality and I had big ideas. And so they were like, they would just flat out tell me, no, you can't, I'm not going to rent you a room. Like, cause all the stuff that you want to do, like, I just need to rent a room to you. So I ended up, renting like a three space office in an office park that had like a little waiting area. And I rented out my two other rooms
Mhm.
and went into business for myself, doing massage. And this is going to sound crazy, I know, but massage, Reiki, energy work, and readings. I also have the ability to do psychic and mediumship and read tarot. And I know that sounds crazy because I have this analytical side to me, but I'm good at what I do. And then I found you because I was like, I got to figure out how to bring in clientele because I'm literally down the street from Massage Envy and Hand and Stone. And I'm like, I've got to figure this out. I know how many massages I need. I know how many clients I need. I know what I have to bring in, but how do I do that? And then I found you.
Oh, awesome. Good segue into, I think that was the next question. I was going to be like, what's your experience with the course and what was it? And yeah, how did you find it and what happened?
I cannot remember how I found it, but I went down the rabbit hole with it and I like really watched people before I decided to like go for it. Then I was like, you know what? Like, how much is this? Like, come on. Like, this is a no-brainer. So I just like did it. And then it wasn't long. I wasn't in it but a few weeks and then I bought the whole thing because
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna buy the whole thing
Yeah.
and have unlimited access. Um, but yeah, doing your stuff is what helped me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I worded it wrong. I meant like, how did you find it as in like, what was your experience with the ads and like, tell me about like that first initial part and
So I love, okay, so my experience with the ads, they work when you follow directions.
okay.
And so learning your strengths and weaknesses as a business owner or as a person at all. Um, yeah, so my strengths are not on the back end of Facebook.
Yeah.
So if it
That's
was
confusing.
not for your YouTubes, and I think I like contacted you personally, like I have screwed this up. I actually screwed up my Facebook pixel. So that's not one of my strengths.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's pretty easy. The way you put everything together was
Mhm.
really, really easy. And I would literally sit and like watch it, pause, go do this, watch it, pause, and then go do this. And literally step by step, I would do exactly what you said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And I don't want to make this about the course, this interview, so I'll skip asking any more questions about that. But I want to hear some knowledge and tips from you because going through growing a business, I know is extremely difficult at times and stressful, and there's a lot of you're basically just overcoming problems all the time. So, in saying that, what have been three of your biggest challenges that you've overcome and how did you get past them? And just tell us about that because everyone listening is going to be experiencing some kind of problems in their business and they might want to give up. But I just want to share that other people, everyone else has these problems. Everyone else has problems. And yeah, go for it.
So, oh Lord, three biggest. Okay, three. Okay. Um, the three the three biggest problems or the three biggest challenges that I've had. God, there's so many more than three. Knowing when not to listen to other people. Like you tell people what you're going to do and their fear will creep in and keep you from reaching your potential and doing what you're supposed to do. because it's not always what's good for them. It's like I COVID hit right after I opened. So if I had listened, I ended up I opened a yoga studio in the middle of COVID. Who does that? But we're thriving. So I didn't listen to people. I did that, and the way that and I ended up having to change. I couldn't do massage, so I added coaching and some other things. But I took your ads and I applied it to those, and I actually tripled my income, believe it or not, without massage, and it got me through COVID.
Just doing
Because
yoga or coaching? What do you mean coaching?
coaching, I do like I did like what do you not life coaching. I don't know. It's like spiritual coaching, life coaching. Like I have the ability to like listen to people and help them figure out why they're not reaching their potential. They want to change things, but they don't know how. So
Mhm.
I'm kind of integrative like that. Um, Burnt me out. I don't do it anymore. But the biggest challenge is knowing when to change things up. When something's not working, you have to change it. You have to like figure. You got to be able to move. You got to be able to like redirect.
Like
Like
adapt.
the same thing's not always going to work.
Yeah. Do you mean adapt to the circumstances that are changing, or just is that what you mean?
Adapting in every way. Like when when we opened up the yoga studio, I pulled the massage business up under it. And then I just couldn't take any more clients. I had to hire a therapist. So like there was that fear of what if I hire a therapist and then I don't have anyone for them. So you got to get over those fears.
Mhm.
And then I had, I can't answer the phones. And then there's always something that you have to be ready to go the next step. And that is the biggest challenge because there's this fear behind you of what if what if I don't? What if I blow it? Or what if I waste money? Or what if it causes me to go bankrupt? Or what if somebody leaves their job and they lose their apartment because they're working for me? Like when you go big like that, these are people you're putting people's lives in your hands.
Yeah.
So, but you have to be ready to like know when to go that next step.
Yeah.
And hiring the right people. Oh my God. Not everybody like I made the mistake in the beginning thinking that if I hire a therapist, they're like me. They're not like me.
Mhm.
Like not everybody's going to do the due diligence with your clients that you are. So you have to you have to screen them. You have to ask them the tough questions and realize that you as an individual are not an individual anymore. They're looking at you like a company, like an employer. So you have to act that way or they're just going to see you as some Joe Schmo and not take it seriously.
Yeah. Are they your three, or did we just like? I mean, I
Oh,
like.
I don't even know. Like there's
Let's.
just so
I
many
just want to recap.
challenges.
Yeah, I want to recap, and then we can go through more because I love hearing about all this stuff. So, yeah, so adapting, awesome. I mean, I think everyone who's had a massage business in the last few years through COVID, geez, like what an industry to be in during COVID. Like you can't touch people. It's been the worst. But obviously everyone who's gotten through that now is in a better spot, but it's still like makes you nervous having a massage business in kind of this new world with viruses. So that's awesome that you could do that. And were you already a yoga teacher, or did you do yoga, or you just hired a yoga instructor and just nah, it's fine.
No, I did a little yoga, but what had happened was I was going through a really tough time. My sister was diagnosed with cancer, and I was having to fly from Florida to Ohio. So that's like 1,000 miles difference. And I
Mhm.
was really stressed out. And so I kept getting this push to do yoga. And then, like, nowhere where I lived, I couldn't get to yoga. And then I kept running across this site that says own your own franchise. And I love being a business for myself. So I was like, well, maybe I'm supposed to own my own franchise.
Yeah, yeah,
And and then I ended up taking teacher training, right before that. And I can teach, I don't teach, I make more money not teaching.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got to know where to put your effort in things.
That's awesome. I remember you saying that you did a yoga franchise, and so as part of that, I'm guessing the pitch for them is like you can be a business owner without doing the sessions.
Passive
Is that right?
income.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't, well, yeah, they encourage you to teach your own classes, but I
yeah,
make way more doing massage than I do teaching a yoga class. So I
yeah,
never did.
yeah, yeah. Plus, I mean, it is handy to be able to step in if one of your teachers doesn't show up, I guess. But okay, so you've got how many yoga teachers that work in your?
I want to say about eight. I
Yeah,
think about
nice.
eight.
Yep,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, and I always I know that I've helped people do yoga ads, and it's one of those things like these ads work for yoga too. Like I don't know if you've used them for yoga.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
So they
But I
so
kind of
say
don't have to.
yeah. Okay. But that's good. I mean, that's it's a similar framework of giving a special offer for a first visit or a first week or something. Okay, cool. That's good. Adapting. I know what the last thing you said about. I actually no, the first thing you said was not listening to people. So I mean, I think it's frustrating because like all the people around you, and this let me know if this happened to you. They're trying to tell you not to do things because they probably just don't want to see you like lose money, but that's because they don't have the knowledge that you have and the belief in yourself kind of thing. Do you think?
So, not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody's meant to go into business. Like, so you have to want it. Um, you can lose money. You're gonna lose money,
Hmm.
but you can make money. Like, you you can't put a definition on success and failure on whether or not you lose money. Like,
Hmm.
you're going to lose money at first. You got to like invest in something, but you'll get it back if you do it right. And
Yeah.
it's just not everybody wants to do that. Their fear is they're afraid for you because that's not something that they would do because it scares the hell out of them. So they can't imagine somebody else doing it.
Yeah. And you know what I think is, everyone knows someone who's a business has failed, but I just don't think a lot of people understand that if you know marketing and you know how to get clients in at will, you've got such a higher chance of success than the standard person going into business because most people go into business and just think I'm just going to open up a business, and they're like, I don't know, I'll just post on social media, or like my friends and family will come and people will tell their friends. They don't have a strategy for marketing, whereas you knew these ads worked before you did it or no?
No, well, I didn't know they worked before I did it. I didn't know anybody that did it. I just found your site and I kind of looked and I watched all the people and it looked like it was working. Like everything that everybody was saying, like it looked like it was working and it does work. Like I love the 3 mile radius, like make sure you put it in an area that is a residential area. So I would run more than one ad at a time and I would make sure I would pick zip codes that were all residential and not like in these big shopping areas. And I would make sure I would like go like 3 miles over this way to my location and then 3 miles over this way to my location. And I would just be smart about it and I would run them at the same times.
Yeah. Yeah. I think once you learn marketing, your confidence grows so much with opening businesses. It's not like most people think like most businesses fail. But if you know marketing and how to get clients in, your chance of success goes up so much. So yeah, that's really cool. But I think people just don't want people who care about you. They just don't want to see you get hurt, I guess. But
Yeah, they link losing money with a pain receptor.
yeah,
And it's just a number and a figure. If you just take the emotional value out of the attachment to money and then just look at the numbers and then just think about things logically, it's not as bad as you think it is.
yeah. You can always make it back later. But okay, cool. So then you had the issue with hiring, and like that's definitely a lot to learn with hiring team members.
Yeah. Um, so like there came a point where I was literally turning away so many people because I had one room in the yoga studio that I had, and we was just me and one other therapist, and I was just turning money away. And I was like, this is stupid. Like, how much money is it going to cost me to build out the place next door? It already had rooms. So I pondered that for a while, and I did the math, like how many therapists will I need? How many massages a day? How am I going to do that? Like, what's how much money do I have to put into that to get that result? Can I find the therapist? And that's when I was like, I'm just going to have to go for it. Like, I was at a cap
Yeah.
financially, like I was hitting a ceiling, and I don't like hitting a ceiling when I know I can do more if I just let myself.
Yeah. Yeah, true. That's especially if you're turning people away and you've got a spare room, and then you're like, all right, how do I fix this problem? Because there's just another problem you have to fix. So yeah, tell me a bit more about those problems that you had with hiring team members and what you learned.
Oh, so I can say this as a massage therapist, but massage therapists are, some of them are like, man, I just, I'm floored at some of the experiences that I've had. Like, I had one lady throw a fit and quit. I was actually on my way in to fire her for other reasons. I was going to let her go. I was on my way in, but she quit before I got there because I wouldn't let her bring a towel caddy into the room. We all have crock pots in there, but she just wanted things her way. Um,
Was she an
so
experienced therapist?
yeah, she's an experienced therapist, but she's used to working at like 5-star, like top end where you're going to pay like $200 for a massage
Mm.
at it, like crazy, and I'm like, I'm not that, like, um she was just something else. And then a therapist, they don't want to do what they're supposed to do, like the services the way that they're supposed to do them. They like, this is how it is, they just don't want to do it.
Sometimes experienced team members, you want to hire them because, especially if you're a new entrepreneur, right? This is just my experience. Let me know if you feel the same way. But when we started, we had less experience in the industry. So we wanted to hire more experienced therapists. Or even when we had our gym, we would hire more experienced trainers. We ended up usually finding out that it was a bit more hassle because these people had their ways they want to do things, and that's fine.
Exactly.
They've been in the industry for a long time. But if you have a business and you have standards and systems and stuff like that, it's important to you that they follow them. So that can be a problem. Did you have the
Yes,
same thing?
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because a lot of therapists come from and there's nothing wrong with these places, but they come from like Massage Envy, big name, right? And Hand in Stone.
Mhm.
And they've been raised like these are their first jobs, but
Yeah.
I'm not them. And there's things that we do differently that set us apart
Yeah.
from those places that, I mean, they're my competition. So I have to do things differently.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, that's just not how we do it. But that's how I do it,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that is actually one of the questions I was going to ask coming up is what do you feel sets you apart from other businesses in your area? What do you do differently and better?
So I, so as a therapist burnout is a thing.
Mhm.
So I try to respect the therapist and what they can do physically
Mhm.
and what they can't do physically. And I give them a choice like, hey, if you really want to work and do like 6 or 8 massages a day, I'll do that, but think that's,
Mhm.
I don't think that's beneficial to you or the client.
Is that
Um,
is that how many massages these places get them to do?
yes,
Wow. Yeah.
yes,
I
it's
never
insane.
Wow. I thought five was usually the cap. That's what we kind of give
We
our
cap it for,
yeah.
yeah, I try to cap it for, it may be 4 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, but I do a full 60 and a full 90. We don't do like, your 50-minute hour massage.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do the full. We do hot towels and essential oils with all of them. That's complimentary. It's not an extra charge.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
They're adding
you
more
get a,
value than other places. Yep. So longer sessions,
yeah,
making the experience better with hot towels and aromatherapy. That's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
They get a longer flip out time.
Yep.
So they get to spend more time with the client and they're not rushing. They have time to go to the bathroom. They have time to grab a snack.
Yep.
If somebody's late, they can go over a little. If somebody, you know what I mean? Like, they all get hour lunches. They have access to the schedule to put their lunch in where they want it. There's just little things like that.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Makes the therapists they usually like working with me and the clients end up liking their experience better.
That's awesome. So you look at it, you're looking at it from two different things. I think it's really good. You look how you can treat your customers better and your staff, because you have to treat your staff amazing to keep them and to keep good staff, which then treat
Yeah.
your customers great. That's what a lot of people don't realize in business. This is off topic, but like a lot of people who've never been in business, they just think business owners rip and like exploit workers and rip people off. But like those workers can just leave if you don't treat them well. So like you have to treat your staff well. So yes,
Yeah,
that's a
there's a happy medium of, you know, protecting yourself as an asset, and then on the other side, you have to respect your employees.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, because those people that don't places that don't look after them, those their good therapists will leave, and then you can treat them better, and they can come work for you. Okay, so that's what you do. What else do you do different for your customers?
Um, well, we do memberships.
Mhm.
I know you. I never thought about doing memberships until you were like, you have to do memberships. Like this is you need to do memberships. So it took me a minute to actually find the right software where I could do everything that I needed to do. But I do memberships.
Mhm.
Um,
What software do you use for that?
I use Vagaro now.
Yep.
I did use Timely, but they don't have a payment system in the United States and they don't do memberships.
Yeah, I know. It's a pain. Sorry to cut you
Um,
off, but yeah.
no, yeah. Let's see. So we do the memberships and they can get like a 90-minute relaxation massage for $69 a month.
Yeah. Is that
So,
too? That's one thing you have to worry about with memberships is if you give the member special too cheap, it makes it
well, if they want anything, if they want like a combo or a deep tissue, they have to pay an upcharge for it.
yep, yep. Yeah.
And a lot of them will and do. So and then I get the extra money. Oh, you know what else we do that nobody else around here does? We do rest and restores.
What's that?
It's a it's 20 minutes after the massage. It's $25, but you don't have to get up off the table. You get to keep the room for 20 minutes and stretch, nap, whatever you want to do, and people book it.
Really?
They book it, they pay for it. Yep. The therapist gets paid, I get paid, and they get to keep the room for 20 minutes and sleep.
Oh,
And everybody gets, and then somebody comes back in, they, wake them up with some essential oils and a scalp massage, and everybody's happy.
that's
That is,
awesome.
it's easy money.
Essential oil and a mouse massage after it. That's cool. I've never heard of that before.
A lot of people, they don't want to get up. They're, I've heard it so many times, like, I wish I could just lay here for a little while. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, you can. And I kept having people ask me, why don't you put a nap room in? And I'm like, I can't put a nap room in,
Yeah, because yeah.
but
Okay,
it's a thing.
that's interesting. Because every time I'm on the front desk at work, I see people come out and they're just like dazed kind of thing.
Yep.
They would probably like to sit there and relax.
Yep. 20
That's it.
minutes rest and restore.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if other people have done that, or did you just thought of that yourself?
So no, like nap room is a thing. My other therapist, there's one therapist, she's not with me anymore. She's moved. But she was with me for like a year and I love her and I miss her dearly. But she was like, nap room is a thing, Charlie. Like everybody's saying they need a nap room here. And I'm like, I'm not going to turn a room into a nap room.
Yeah, yeah,
But I did the research, and apparently before COVID, it was big and it was growing, and it is in a lot of places. They do it in New York. They'll do it in um, like hotels will actually have nap rooms for people that are just coming in
mhm.
and they don't want to stay the whole night. They just need like a nap, and they'll do it in like airports. And then there's actually businesses that have opened up specifically for nap rooms, and they
Yeah.
have nap pods. And I was like, okay, I can do this. 20 minutes, $25. Well, just what's this? I mean, if they book it, they book it. If not, I don't have anything wasted. So it's
How many,
popular.
what percentage of people might book that? 10%?
I don't honestly, I don't know the percentage. It's more, it's actually, if I can just get my people to tell people about it, they usually book it. And then once people know about it, then they start booking it. I don't really know what the percentage is, but we see it maybe 3 times a week. But not everybody wants to nap afterwards, and not everybody understands what it, they don't know it's there. They
Yeah.
stop going to the website. So it's up to your staff to tell people that it's available.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I might as well offer it because some people are going to take it. Okay, that's cool. All right. So that's what you do for your clients. I mean, what else from when they walk in to when they walk out? Like they walk in, I mean, do you do anything great with customer service that you focus on? I mean, what are your biggest things that you try and
Yeah, we're kind of quirky. So, well, I forgot to mention we do readings too. Like, so some of the stuff that we do that you don't get other places, we do readings. So I do readings, and I have another therapist who's also, she can do readings.
Mhm.
So you can get like a mind, body, spirit package. So you walk into my place, there's incense going, there's sage, there's Palo Santo. It's very like it's a spiritual woo woo atmosphere.
Mhm.
Um, the memberships come, of course, everybody can have water and tea,
Yep.
whatever, but the memberships come with a complimentary glass of wine before
Yeah.
or after.
Yep.
And we have couches in the area because we have a boutique.
Mhm.
So there's couches they can sit and chill or go shopping or whatever. There's coffee that's out there available to them. They can fix themselves coffee and tea whenever they want.
Yep.
We don't rush them out. Um, just things like that.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool. All right. And do you cross promote between your yoga place and your massage place?
I tried to in the beginning, because I thought like, to me, I thought like this is going to be a great mix,
Yeah.
like pulling the two businesses together.
Mhm.
But they are not.
Yeah.
They are not a crossover type of clientele. I think I may have three out of both places that do both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, the
Okay.
yoga people, they like self-care actively, and the massage people, the last thing they want to do is hit a yoga mat. They
Yeah.
want somebody to do it for them.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because that was actually the reason why we started our massage business because we had a gym and we had some rooms and we were like, this is a cross promotion kind of, and it actually we sold our gym years ago, but we still have a lot of our old gym clients still coming to our massage place because yeah, they do go together, but it's weird that yoga doesn't. I mean, not weird, but yeah. All right. Well, so tell me, what are the three best strategies or tactics that has helped you grow your business? What's the best things that work for you?
Um, Answering the phone, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Answering the phone when someone calls. I know this sounds silly, but you don't answer that phone, or you don't have something on there that says, please text me,
Mhm.
you're going to lose your client. Um,
Is that
any
because
clients that come in,
people
oh, go
finding
ahead.
you on Google? You mean these people find you on Google?
However they find you. Like when I ran your ads, answer your people.
Yep.
You cannot, like, if you don't answer them immediately,
Mhm.
if you don't have something set up to answer them, you're going to lose your person.
So, do you have a front desk person or do you have a virtual
I
reception?
now have front desk. I had to bite the bullet, and I have a front desk now. Actually, I'm actually training another front desk. I have an office manager who runs. I mean, I've had to like do the whole thing. I'm trying to write a manual, like a, like a, what do you call it? Like a procedures manual. I'm in that process. But if you don't, like, you have to follow up with your customers. Like, they're coming to you. They're not going to Massage Envy and places, like, they're coming to you as a therapist. Like, you have to make that personal connection. Text them back with a Google link. immediately, like have that copy and paste Google link, and that's how you get your reviews. Like people find you from your reviews.
Mhm.
Give them a Google link, give them a social media link, get it, make it easy. It's one click away. Don't say, hey, leave me a review. Text them, like just copy and paste it. I would always copy and paste that stuff.
So after
Ask
every, do you mean after
every
every session? Yeah. You check in
not
with every
every
client?
session, but yeah, I check in with the clients.
Hmm.
Um, call them before, have systems set up to check, the day before, whether you do it or somebody else does it, but make sure somebody's checking in with them. Hey, you have a massage tomorrow at blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
But the reviews, getting them to leave you your reviews, that's how that's how other people find you. People look for reviews. I have over 100 5-star reviews from the copy and paste the Google thing.
Yeah. It's so important. And I don't think many people do it. Just simply checking in with the client and they're like, hey, how are you going? How'd you feel after your massage yesterday? And then if they say good, it's really simple. Oh, that's really good to hear. It really helped me out if you could consider leaving us a review. Um,
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask. I just send them the Google link afterwards and getting them to rebook before they leave.
yeah.
Like, don't ask these people, would you like to rebook? Don't, it's not a question.
Yeah.
You, when would you like to rebook? What day works for you? Is there a preferred therapist? What touch do you like?
Mhm.
Like, it's not, would you like to rebook? It's,
Yeah.
yeah, let's rebook you.
Yeah. But all that is set up from the whole thing before the session, during the session, and then you letting them know that they need another session. And um, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, reviews, get them with follow up. What about if you're a solo therapist? How do you get your phones answered if you are in sessions, or you have a voicemail that says text me, I'll get back to you,
My
or
voicemail was always, yeah. So before I had the place that I have now, I still had a good website. By the way, you need a good website. Do the due diligence and get a good website. If you don't have a good website, people don't take you seriously.
yeah.
Have a way for people to book, not just call you. Have a booking link there, even if it's Square. I started with Square. If
Mm-hmm.
people cannot call you, get you on the phone, or book with you in 30 seconds, you've lost them. They're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Um, my phone would say, hey, I'm in a session and I can't get to you, but I promise I'll call you back. But better yet, text me and I will get right back with you. And they text every time they text.
Yep. Yeah, awesome. Or you could even add on to that. You can text me, or you can go to my website and you can book in online.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it says.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so yeah, reviews, very, very good idea because on Google, that's going to get you ranking higher on GMB, and on social media, on Facebook, so they can check you out there, get reviews. That's good. Get a
Post
phone.
good pictures on Google My Business.
Yeah, very good idea.
People don't do the due diligence on Google My Business. You need to post good pictures on there.
Yeah, professional looking photos. I mean, even you don't have to hire a professional photographer, I don't think, but if you want to, you can. That looks really good too. But just good lighting. That actually helps you rank higher as well as people looking at your ad as your listing as well. Okay. Okay. So anything else that really stands out for apart from advertising? Do you do anything with
Um,
referrals? I mean, do you hand out referral cards or email them cards or anything like that?
I've tried. I've actually tried doing that, but I've not gotten great response with that, believe it or not, but I have given it a go. I get referrals kind of naturally, like the people that love it, they'll tell their friends there. But
Yeah.
as far as I've tried it, I've done it where, hey, if you get this person, hand them this piece of paper, get someone to come in within a month, you'll get 20% off your next massage. Nothing.
Yeah. 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 Sometimes it can work and sometimes it's, yeah. Okay. So I've already asked you what you feel sets your business apart from others in your area. Is there any one thing that keeps you going or motivated through your journey, through all these problems? Because there's a lot of problems.
Um, I like what I do. I
Yeah.
can't ever see myself going back into corporate world and not working for myself. There's no way
Yeah.
that I could work for anybody else. I just want to streamline the system that I've created, get the kinks worked out. I want to keep building on. I What keeps me going is seeing the success, seeing how far I've come,
Mhm.
learning from my mistakes. And I don't even like calling them mistakes, just learning from things that didn't go how I thought it would go.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, that's a good mindset. Not looking as at mistakes as like a failure.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I didn't ask you at the start, but I mean, how many sessions do you do a week now as a therapist, if any? And I know you were talking to me about this before the call. You've managed to put like good guardrails in place with your time, and which I think is really cool. It's really hard to get to that point where you're not just having a team, but you're actually having freedom.
So we went on vacation. I was able to leave for an entire week and nothing crazy happened. I left. We went to Sedona. We went to see the Grand Canyon, and my staff handled it fine. My yoga was fine. Everything was fine. So that's good. Um, the clients that I see, I've decided, by the way, I still have those clients from 3.5 years ago that I started, like with you, like with the Facebook ads. I still have those clients,
Cool.
the majority of them. Um, I have about 5 a month that I choose to keep. Everyone else, my book's not open. Like, you can't go online and book with me. You have to call me personally and
Yeah.
get on there. And I choose to keep these people because I like them and they're not going to go anywhere else. They won't.
Yeah.
The only other clients that I take, I'll take lymphatic drainage clients. I do a lot of post-op, like cosmetic procedures, like BBLs, lipos, things like that.
Mhm.
I want to train the therapist to do that, but I need a therapist that's ready to be like serious and that I can trust and like
Yeah.
actually, like, are you going to listen to me? Are you going to stay?
Yeah.
Are you going to be with me?
Committed. Yeah.
Committed, and that you know, the, you, those are things that you don't want to mess up. Like, I'm not just going to turn that over to any therapist to do. Like, so I still take a lot of those, but normally 5 a month.
Yeah. And you
That's
said you
it.
get at least a couple of days off a week, which is good.
So Sundays and Mondays, I try to like be completely off radar, but I still go in. I'm just not going to put myself on the schedule because if a therapist calls out, I have to fill in. Or
Yeah.
front desk, something happens to front desk, I have to fill in. I don't have somebody to fill in for that stuff yet.
Yeah.
I still need to hire like 3 or 4 more therapists to have the full staff. So,
Yeah. Okay.
but I still go in. I love going in. So it's hard to stay away.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it is your passion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. So the next question was going to be like, how do you balance life to stay sane? But I think kind of touched on it. You have a couple of days off and
Well, I don't stay up to like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning anymore, like working on the back end of the website or making ads or
yeah.
I'm like, I can't do this. Like, it'll be there tomorrow. It's
Yep.
10 o'clock. Stop,
Yep.
go to bed.
Mhm. That's a great way to think of it. There's always going to be another job to do. Okay, cool. So, and just quickly, what's helped you find and retain good team members? But I know you've spoken about just treating people well and giving them more breaks, and that's that's important. Is there anything else that we didn't go?
Um, it's just, you just have to find people that like what you offer and like your space and like your energy and your vibe and what you do. And if they don't, then you can't put a circle into a square. It's not going to work.
Good point. Yeah, yeah. Some people are just going to be a good fit with you, and that some people aren't, and you just have to find the right people. Eh? Um, okay, so uh, one of the other questions was like, where do you see your future 2 years or 5 years from now? Where would you like to be?
So it's funny because I actually do have a plan. I'm working on getting certified as a woman-owned business.
As a what? Sorry.
Women women-owned business.
Okay.
There's like grants and special funding that you can get for that if
Mhm.
you get certified. I'd like to, like I said, streamline what I have. I want to open up another location that's in like a completely different setting, and I want to make sure that my system works. I'd
Mhm.
like to franchise.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah, you do need about two or three just to test it, they say. But okay, well, so you think you'll have another one opened up in a couple, 2 years, a year? What's your plan?
Not a year, not a year. Maybe 2 years. Maybe we'll see. I'm not
Yeah,
going to rush it. I think I need to. I have a lot to learn, and I don't want to I don't want to jump the gun too fast, and then if the system's not working, then it's just not gonna work.
yeah,
I need it to run without me
yeah.
completely.
That's a great point. I think because a lot of people like to jump ahead too fast. Me being one of them, and I always say to people because I help friends of mine who have a business and they want to open up more and more and more, and I'm just like, I don't think like it's hard to tell someone like it has to run without you before you run a second one because the second one's going to take up all your time at the start. And so if your first one's not perfect, you're going to be twice as busy, twice as stressed.
Yeah.
You don't want that. So that's a good point, what you said. Okay. So, and lastly, any other advice or anything that we haven't touched on or anything that I haven't asked or that you wanted to say advice to other therapists?
Advice to other therapists. As a business owner,
Yeah, just in
like
business or
you have to you just have to figure out what type of person you are. Do you want to do massage or do you want to run a business?
Mhm,
Because at some point you have to make a decision,
mhm,
which one you want to do.
mhm.
Because you can't do both forever and think that that's going to be able to balance itself out. Like you're going to get burnout eventually as a therapist. So this isn't a field that we can stay in forever. Our bodies break down, so you have to figure out like what do you want to do. If you want to run a business, then you have to learn how to run a business, not just do massage. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. There's so much more to learn once you work for yourself from when you just work for someone else. And there's like another whole massive set of skills to when you actually have a team.
Yeah.
So,
And you have to surround yourself with other people like that are going to lift you up and like people that are smarter than you. You always have to have people that are smarter than you. Get in Facebook groups. There's all kinds of like spa business owner forums and entrepreneur forums and things like that on social media and Facebook or whatever. Get on things like that. Constantly feed your brain, like diversify. Like you can't just like massage is not the end all be all. That's not how you're going to run your bit. Like there's more things you need to know.
yeah, fully agree. That's awesome. Well, thanks a lot for your time, Charlie. It's getting dark where you are now, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock here.
Yeah, when you said it was going to be 7 o'clock when we started our call, I was surprised it was daytime, but because it gets dark here at like 6:30. But awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, and it was great
Thanks
talking
for
to
the
you.
interview.
Yeah, I'll put it up. I hope everyone gets a lot of value from this, and I'm sure they will. But yeah, thanks again for your time, and thanks for sharing your knowledge with us.
Okay. Have a
And
great day. Thanks.
I'll talk to you soon. All right,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.